Welcome, everyone, to the April 7th Public Council meeting for the town of Conception Bay South. And we'll start this meeting, as we do all meetings, with our land acknowledgement. The town of Conception Bay South would like to respectfully acknowledge the territory in which we gather as the ancestral homelands of the Beothuk, and the island of Newfoundland as the ancestral homelands of the Mi'kmaq and Beothuk. We also respectfully acknowledge Labrador as the traditional and ancestral homelands of the Innu of Nutassinan, the Inuit of Nunatsiavut, and the Inuit of Nunatuavut. We strive for respectful partnerships with all the peoples of this province as we search for collective healing and true reconciliation and honor this beautiful land together. Okay, next up we have the adoption of the meeting agenda for tonight, and that's going to get moved by Councillor Hillier, seconded by Councillor Moores. All in favor? Okay. Next up, we have the adoption of the meeting minutes from the last meeting on March 17th. That's moved by Councillor Barrett, seconded by Councillor Hardy. All in favor? Okay. Thank you. And visitors' presentations and petitions, and we have a couple of proclamations this evening. And Councillor Butler, I believe you are going to, there you are. Councillor Butler, you're going to bring us one on National Volunteer Week.
Yes, I'm quite pleased to do that, actually. Community Sector Council Newfoundland and Labrador, along with local and national partners, are navigating the complexities of modern volunteerism. We are working together to build volunteer action strategies for our province and the country to remove barriers to participation so that every individual feels empowered to contribute to building more connected communities. Now it is more important than ever to acknowledge the contributions of those participating in our towns and cities and to show our appreciation for their efforts. Whereas 24 million Canadians give their time through formal or informal types of volunteering, contributing close to 5 billion volunteer hours per year. And whereas over 210,000 individuals in Newfoundland and Labrador volunteer an average of 161 hours per year with 3,400 incorporated nonprofit and 3,000 plus informal community groups. And whereas volunteers in Conception Bay South give their time and talents to support families, friends, neighbors, and strangers. And whereas volunteers in Conception Bay South are individuals, families, workers, retirees, community members of all ages and backgrounds. And whereas the Town Council of Conception Bay South recognizes the enormous contribution that volunteers and community organizations make to the social, cultural, and economic development of our province. Whereas the Town of Conception Bay South is a more desirable place to live because of the collective result of the work done by our volunteers. Now, therefore, I, Councillor Butler of the Town of Conception Bay South, do hereby proclaim April 19th to 25th, 2026 as National Volunteer Week, recognizing the 2026 theme, Igniting Volunteerism, and urge my fellow citizens to recognize the crucial role played by volunteers in our community. So I would say volunteerism is alive and well in the Town of Conception Bay South.
Thank you, Councillor Butler. Indeed it is. We're absolutely punching above our weight when it comes to volunteer hours and impact in our community. And thank all of those volunteers out there with the organizations and groups and people that just do it under the radar, that help people out and volunteer their time to make it a much more attractive and welcoming community. Thank you very much. Next up, we have the proclamation for Animal Control Appreciation Week, and Councillor Barrett, you're going to bring that to us. And I believe I'll acknowledge that we have a number of our Humane Services staff with us here in the chambers, and when you're done, we're going to get you all up for a picture. How's that? You go ahead.
Perfect. Thank you, Your Worship. I'm pleased to be providing this proclamation this evening. Animal Control Appreciation Week, April 12th to the 18th, 2026. Whereas the Town of Conception Bay South recognizes the important role that animal control officers and personnel play in protecting the health, safety, and welfare of residents and animals alike, and whereas these dedicated individuals respond to calls for service, enforce animal control bylaws, assist lost and injured animals, and promote responsible pet ownership through education and community engagement, And whereas animal control officers in Conception Bay South carry out their duties with professionalism, compassion, and a strong commitment to public service, often working in challenging and unpredictable situations, and whereas their efforts help ensure a safe, humane, respectful environment for both people and animals within our community, and whereas it is appropriate to recognize and express appreciation for the essential services provided by animal control personnel. Therefore, on behalf of the town of Conception Bay South, I do hereby proclaim Animal Control Appreciation Week and encourage all residents to acknowledge and thank animal control officers and staff for their dedication and service. And as I sign here, just want to extend my appreciation as well to all of our staff that work in this area. Very proud with what we do in the town, and I know we've enhanced our support in this area over the years, and happy to provide this evening.
Yes, thank you very much. And I'd invite our members of Humane Services and Enforcement as well to come on up and get a picture with the proclamation and Councillor Barrett. And there you go. Didn't know. Okay, Councillor Tilley, start us off with other committees or new business, I guess it's called.
Thank you, Your Worship. I'd like to take this opportunity tonight to recognize a resident from Conception Bay South for his volunteer efforts in the swimming community. Norm Higdon, he's a resident of Conception Bay South. I know Norm personally. He was in the fire department as well. After devoting nearly 30 years to the swimming community, Newfoundland and Labrador's Norm Higdon has been named Swimming Canada's Volunteer of the Year for 2025 for his recent commitment to the 2025 Canada Summer Games. In a short period of time, Norm took the lead on the pool deck, mentored his team, and guided them to a successful national event in a new facility. Norm's work began 18 months prior to the Games, where he was named as the lead sports representative. As a sports representative, he was the main point of contact with the host community and responsible for field play. Under this role, Higdon oversaw meet officials, managed the pool deck, and ensured everyone was prepared during the event. To follow Games protocol, he had to be flexible and adapt. For Norm, there was one defining moment that put into perspective all the hard work and dedication that had gone into the meet over the last few months. It was a simple video taken by a team member during one of these sessions that showed the event and all of its moving parts in action. Beyond officiating, Norm has served in leadership roles with the CBS Bluefins Club and Swimming Newfoundland and Labrador, promoting growth, fairness, and sustainability. Throughout his career, Norm has been recognized with multiple awards, including Swimming Newfoundland Volunteer of the Year. Although he has recently retired from officiating, his legacy of excellence, mentorship, and positive influence continues to shape the sport. So congratulations to Norm on this accolade. Thank you, Worship.
Well deserved, of course. That's great news, and congratulations to Norm Higdon. Councillor Hillier.
Yes, Your Worship. Some weeks ago, we discussed here and celebrated International Women's Day, and talking about the impact of women in our community and the growth of women's rights over time. And very appropriately, since then, the province has distributed 100 scholarships to young women throughout the province. And those 100 scholarships represent the 100 years of women having a vote in Newfoundland. Two of those scholarships were from Conception Bay South. And I would like to congratulate Catherine Smith and Caitlin Peach, and with them, wish them all the best in their future endeavours. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor Hillier. That's wonderful news. Melissa Hardy, Councillor, Ward 4.
Thank you, Your Worship. Just a couple of things to bring forward now this evening. I have had some residents reach out to me recently with a lot of dumping happening at a lot of end roads in CBS. More specifically right now is Legion Road. Just want to let residents know we do have spring cleaning coming up, our bulk garbage coming up in the next month. So beginning Saturday, May 2nd, we will have spring cleanup. So just really want to encourage residents to stop dumping garbage at the end of roads. Besides it being, unsightful, it's also a fire hazard when it comes to the summer and all those things. So just want to let residents know that to certainly put all your bulk garbage in the back part of your yard if you can. You can certainly reach out to the town and book a bulk garbage pickup, but please stop dumping in illegal places. The other thing I wanted to bring forward this evening is the winter parking ban is now on until the end of April. So I just want to remind residents that overnight parking is still prohibited, so you'll certainly get ticketed. And also just be mindful when you are parking on the sides of the road. So I know there are some times when you have to. Just be mindful because vehicles still need to be able to get passed through safely, and especially if emergency vehicles need to get through. So I know there is a fair bit of snow out there on both sides of the road, so just be extra careful and be mindful where you're parking. Thank you, Your Worship.
Thank you, Councillor Hardy. Councillor Butler.
Thank you, Your Worship. A few slow weeks here for stuff on the go with the town, so I haven't been doing a whole lot that way. But I will say that it will get busy again, and before you know it, we'll be right into the summer and summer activities and the soiree and other seniors events that I'm sure I'll see many of our residents at, so I look forward to that. Thank you, Your Worship.
Thank you, Councillor Butler. Councillor Morris.
Thank you, Mayor Bent. I just want to remind residents of the Studio 5 art exhibition and sale happening Sunday, April 12th from 11 to 6 at Worsley Park, where Studio 5 presents their annual art exhibition and sale featuring a variety of local artists, and admission is free. So I encourage anyone that's around to head out and check out some of our local art. And also a reminder that the deadline to put in a nomination for municipal awards is April 24th, 2026. And all information can be found on our website and social media. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Morris. Yes, if you're wondering why somebody you think is deserving doesn't get an award, maybe because nobody nominated them. So make the effort to nominate somebody. Councillor Clooney.
Thank you, Your Worship. I'd just like to say we had some great hockey with the Herder last week. Stadium was full both nights. It was great hockey, even though we lost out. It was great to see it here in CBS. Kudos to Nick and his crew for bringing that stuff here, and hopefully we can bring more into the town and see how everything goes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor Clooney. Councillor Barrett.
Thank you, Your Worship. Just a couple other winter-related things. I feel like every time I'm always chatting about winter, but hopefully this will be the final council meeting where I inform you that our winter shift remains in place until mid-April. And I also wanted to remind folks that any damage incurred by our winter services, there is an online form that folks can fill out on our website. And so please do have a look at that. The deadline for submitting those is May 31st. So if that applies to you, please have a look and get that on time. And spring is coming, and soon enough we'll be hearing Councillor Butler excited about the spring fling. So excited for those warmer days coming. Thanks.
Thank you, Councillor Barrett. And also along those lines, it's pothole season, big time. And we got to report a pothole, so don't just complain about potholes, report them. And even if it's on a provincial road, report it to us. We'll send it to them to see if they can get after it and get it filled up. There's a couple of doozies around town that we've let them know about already. And of course, on our roads, we can get them fixed up pretty quickly. Just a couple of things. I was out to the Arts and Culture Center to see the Theatre CBS version of Popcorn Falls, and it was absolutely delightful. Maybe their best show yet, I don't know, but it was a lot of fun. And they're off to the Provincial Drama Festival this week, and they're actually the last show of the festival, closing it out this year. They're up in Labrador, so it's congratulations to Theatre CBS. They're doing a wonderful job with that one, and they're going to bring it back here to CBS a little later this spring. So we're looking forward to that, and I'm absolutely going to go back out and see it again because it was really, really well done. I had the pleasure of attending Admirals Academy last week to see the grade 4 through 7 students compete in a spelling bee, and they did an amazing job. And a few words up that came up, I thought, well, that's not really fair. But I only said that because I'm not sure I would have been able to pull it off under pressure myself. But they did an amazing job and went a number of rounds before they got a winner, and it was great to see. Speaking of hockey, Councillor Clooney mentioned hockey. I was out yesterday, I think it was, or the kickoff of the under-13 provincial tournament here at the CBS Arena, and great job they did, and they recognized players, I guess, for contributions that they make in the memories of Sammy and Lincoln, and that was great to see. And also, one young fellow played "O Canada" on his electric guitar to get the thing going. I think you can see that on social media somewhere, but it was a great job. Also, tomorrow I'm happy to go down and help them kick off the under-15 provincial tournament. And I say tomorrow, it might be Thursday. I think it's actually Thursday. There's running here all weekend, teams coming in, I think, from Clarenville, Marystown, and St. Pierre and Miquelon. So it's great. Like Councillor Clooney says, lots of hockey happening here in Conception Bay South. We've had the Herder and under-18 national women's, and we're going to have the Allen Cup in a week or two. What is it, 2.5 weeks? It's almost the middle of April now. So yeah, so the Allen Cup, senior hockey, and it'd be great to see that. That is it for me. So what do we got up next? People's business. Let's start with finance and admin. I'm told that that is for you, Councillor Tilley.
That is correct, Your Worship. Just one item to bring forward from the Finance Administration Committee. It's 6A, Human Resources Fire Captain. Be it so resolved that Selena Aylward be appointed to the position of Fire Captain as per the terms and conditions of the employment contract. So moved.
Do we have a seconder? Councillor Hillier, discussion.
Yes, Your Worship. This is a first in the history of the Conception Bay South Fire Department. Selena is the first female captain to be appointed to the position, so we wish her all the best in her career. I believe she's been here now, what, 12 years? Since 2010. Okay, well, 14 years. Well, 15 years. 16, my gosh. Long time, so all the best to Selena. I'm sure she's going to bring a wealth of experience to the position, so we wish her all the best.
Absolutely. Long overdue. Great to hear. Any other comments on this? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried. There we go. Okay, and I believe that's it for you, Councillor Tilley, on finance. So next up, we have engineering. Machine is slow today, I think. Engineering and Public Works, and I believe we're going to Councillor Hardy.
Thank you, Your Worship. 7A, approval to engage Depot Fire Station 2 concept plan. Be it so resolved that approval be given to engage Forgo Menchington Architecture, Inc. to complete a concept plan and estimate for a new Public Works Depot and Fire Station 2 at an upset cost of $70,000 plus HST. So moved.
Do we have a seconder? Councillor Butler. Discussion?
Yes, Your Worship. Recognizing that we do need to have some of these facilities replaced, and when there's funding opportunities, so it's certainly a good opportunity to be able to get some concept designs when there is funding available, plans in place.
No, absolutely. Station 2 and the depot are in desperate need of replacement, and hopefully we'll get there. Of course, we'll need help from our friends in the province and the federal government and anybody else that can help. Is there anybody else want to comment on this one?
Yes, Your Worship, just that these are two projects, as you said, that they've been on our books for, I won't say decades, but certainly for a number of years. And it's really great to see us taking this first step to move forward with putting those two much needed facilities here in town.
Perfect. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? That is carried. Okay, thank you, Councillor Hardy. I think we're back. Are we back to Councillor Tilley?
We are. We have 6 recommendations from our planning and development. First 3 are development applications. Item 8A, 32 Flats Road, reduced building line setback. Be it so resolved that in accordance with sections 5.8, subsection 2 of the town's development regulations, application number 6438 to develop a single dwelling with subsidiary apartment at 32 Flats Road with a reduced building line setback of 8 meters be approved. So moved.
Do we have a seconder? Councillor Moores, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? That's carried.
Eight B, 72 Daniels Crescent, accessory building. Be it so resolved that in accordance with sections 3.12 and 5.3 subsection 2 of the town's development regulations, application number 6471 for a 98.8 square meter accessory building, a garage, at 72 Daniels Crescent be approved. So moved.
We have a seconder. Councillor Clooney, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? That is carried.
8C, 391 Seal Cove Road, accessory building. Be it so resolved that in accordance with sections 5.3, subsection 2 of the town's development regulations, application number 3201 for an accessory building, a garage, with lot coverage of approximately 78 square meters at 391 Seal Cove Road, be refused as the proposed accessory building exceeds the maximum permitted lot coverage for accessory buildings on the lot. So moved.
Do we have a seconder? Councillor Hardy, discussion?
Yes, Your Worship, staff has been dealing with this particular application for a while, and of course, what the proponent wishes to build is too big to meet the total square lot coverage of the building lot.
Any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
Next, planning matters, 8B, ATV use amendments. Be it so resolved that under the authority of Section 16 of the Urban and Rural Planning Act, 2000, the Town Council of Conception Bay South adopts the Conception Bay South Municipal Plan Amendment Number 29, 2024, and Development Regulations Amendment Number 48, 2024. And further, be it so resolved that under authority of Section 19 of the Urban and Rural Planning Act 2000, Mr. George Traynor be appointed as Commissioner to hold a public hearing and complete a report respecting Municipal Plan Amendment Number 29, 2024, and Development Regulations Amendment Number 48, 2024. And further, be it so resolved that under authority of Sections 18 and 21 of the Urban and Rural Planning Act 2000, a public hearing regarding Conception Bay South's Municipal Plan Amendment Number 29, 2024, and Development Regulations Amendment Number 48, 2024, be held at 7 p.m. on May 12, 2026 at the Town Hall, and that if the town receives no written submissions up to 2 days before the scheduled public hearing, the public hearing will be cancelled. So moved.
Do we have a seconder for all that? Yes, Councillor Butler. Any discussion?
Yes, Your Worship, just to go back, I guess, to a little bit of a background over the ATV use amendments. The town has been working with the ATV Users Committee to identify opportunities for expanded ATV use in our town. One of the goals of the committee is to acquire Crown land in order to develop an ATV trail that links the central and west ends of town. An earlier Crown land application for an ATV trail was refused by the province, in part due to the absence of policies and regulations within the town's municipal plan and development regulations that would accommodate development of the ATV trail. The town developed an initial drafted amendment that identified specific routes for an ATV trail, and after consultation with the government officials, it was determined that the addition of policies and regulations would provide more flexibility for allowing future ATV trails and uses within the town. And so fast forward to June of 2023, we had a meeting to undertake initial consultation with respect to the proposed amendments to allow for ATV uses within trails in our town. And I'll stress trails being not the rail bit, all other trails. So in November 2023, the public was notified of the proposal and feedback was sought. Those notices were published in our local papers. A public information session was held on the 22nd of November in 23, and we had approximately 40 residents attend. And at our December 2nd, 2025 regular public meeting, Council resolved to refer the file to Municipal and Community Affairs to determine and comment for any provincial interests. And then, of course, on March 17th of this year, Municipal and Community Affairs released the draft amendments from their review without comment or recommendations on any provincial interests. So this is just another stage or another step in our stage of getting those amendments taken care of.
Any other comments on this? I'll just follow up to say that this actually doesn't change anything for ATV operations in the town right now. What it does is it allows us to pursue the ATV bypass trail that we've been working on with the ATV committee for some time now. And this is something that we have to do as per the province. So it's good to get it moving. Any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
Eight B,
Excuse me, Your Worship, I'm going to declare a conflict on this as it's adjacent to an organization that I'm part of.
8B, 1014 Rectory Road rezoning. Be it so resolved that under the authority of Section 16 of the Urban and Rural Planning Act 2000, the Town Council of Conception Bay South adopt Municipal Plan Amendment Number 41, 2025, and Development Regulations Amendment Number 64, 2025. And further, be it so resolved that under authority of Section 19 of the Urban and Rural Planning Act 2000, Mr. Glenn Barnes be appointed as Commissioner to hold a public hearing and complete a report respecting Municipal Plan Amendment Number 41, 2025, and Development Regulations Amendment Number 64, 2025. And further, be it so resolved that under authority of Sections 18 and 21 of the Urban and Rural Planning Act 2000, a public hearing regarding Municipal Plan Amendment Number 41, 2025, and Development Regulations Amendment Number 64, 2025, be held at 7 p.m. on May 13th, 2026, at the Town Hall, and that should the town receive no written submissions up to 2 days before the public hearing will be cancelled. So moved.
Seconder, Councillor Moores, discussion.
Yes, Your Worship. So again, just a little bit of a background. This particular property on Rectory Road is the remaining undeveloped portion of a larger property. 6 lots have been subdivided from the property, and 2 single dwellings had been built, and 2 more are under construction in the overall property. Developer indicates that the remaining property will be subdivided into 4 lots with 2 lots each fronting on Rectory Road. And of course, in our October 14, 2025 meeting, Council agreed to undertake initial consultation with respect to the proposed rezoning. In October and November, the public was notified of the proposal and feedback was sought. And I believe that we received, I don't know if we received any feedback on that one or not. A public information session was scheduled for November 13th, but was canceled as there was no indication anyone from the public would be attending the session. At our December 2nd meeting, Council considered the request and resolved to refer the file again to the Department of Municipal and Community Affairs. And on March 13th, the Municipal and Community Affairs released the draft amendments from review without any comment. So, of course, we're taking this step as well for 1014 Rectory Road.
Any other comments? Yes, Councillor Barrett.
Is it just on Rectory Road, or is there like a road going into it?
No, I believe it's, just give me 1 second.
It's a bit of an L-shaped piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2 lots each fronting Rectory Road and Thompson Road.
Gotcha. Yeah, okay. Sounds good.
Yep. Anything else? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? That's carried.
And the last one, Municipal Plan Amendment Number 40, and Development Regulations Amendment Number 63, which is 1621 to 1633 Conception Bay Highway. Be it so resolved that Resolution Number 26-033 be amended as follows, and be it so resolved that Resolution Number 26-021 be rescinded. And further, be it so resolved that under authority of Section 16 of the Urban and Rural Planning Act 2000, the Town Council of Conception Bay South adopt Conception Bay South Municipal Plan Amendment Number 40, 2025, and Development Regulations Amendment Number 63, 2025. And further, be it so resolved that under authority of Section 19 of the Urban and Rural Planning Act 2000, Stephen B. Yevchek, FCIP, be appointed as Commissioner to hold a public hearing and complete a report respecting Municipal Plan Amendment Number 40, 2025, and Development Regulations Amendment Number 63, 2025. So moved.
Is there a seconder? Councillor Hillier, discussion.
And worship, again, just like the first two, this is part of the process that we go through for these plan amendments.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? That is carried.
And that is it from the planning world, Your Worship.
Well, thank you, Councillor Tilley. Not a big lot of work, but a lot of words. Yep, made you work. I believe that is the completion of the agenda from what I can see. So thank you, everyone. I'll ask for a motion for adjournment. Yes, Councillor Clooney, seconded by Councillor Tilley. All in favor? Perfect. That is confirmed, and we'll be back here again in 2 weeks on April 21st. Enjoy your evening.